You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Bold and the Beautiful fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got your Bold and the Beautiful week ahead spoilers from Monday, July 10th, all the way through Friday, July 14th. There is so much to unpack, and of course, you know the two main people that all these spoilers focus on, and that is Thomas and Hope. There is some juicy and sexy stuff happening next week, and I cannot wait to tell you about it. But if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our B&B updates, news, spoilers, and more. All right, digging in. Monday, July 10th, 2023 is season 36, episode 199 of Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila Carter is very happy because she gets a visitor at the jailhouse. Guess who it is? It is Deacon Sharpe. He stops by just to check on her, to kind of apologize again for being part of the reason that she got arrested. But Sheila's not mad at Deacon. No, she is happy to have anyone stop by to see her because her visitors list is non-existent now that everybody that she victimized showed up to say, haha, you're behind bars for life, and walk out. She is not getting any other visitors, so she'll be happy, and their visit continues for more than one day. Also on Monday, Wyatt Spencer persists in trying to get Liam to give Hope another chance. Little do either of the brothers know that Hope seems beyond being interested in another chance with Liam because what she's doing on Monday is pretty sexy. Hope Logan makes it clear to Thomas Forrester where she wants to go from here, is the spoiler. On Friday, she told Thomas, I want a man who only wants me. I want you, Thomas. She spelled it out so clearly, there's no mistaking. His jaw dropped, and then the big passionate kiss is how it all ended up. If you guys didn't notice, Thomas is dressed for some action. He is shirtless and hunky and all muscular under that hoodie, and we're going to see that hoodie come off either Monday or Tuesday. Now let's look at the spoilers for Tuesday, July 11th, 2023, episode 200 of season 36 of Bold and the Beautiful. Hope decides to explore things with Thomas, her feelings, getting physical, all of it. These two are going to make love at long last. She has been imagining it for months now, so I'm interested to see if the reality measures up to her fantasies because she's got a very active fantasy life where Thomas is concerned, and we know Thomas has a very active fantasy life where Hope is concerned because, you know, he was making out with that mannequin. So I'm guessing that he's going to enjoy it a little more when the Hope thing that he's making love to can actually move and talk and isn't just a Barbie doll in a box. Super creepy. We're not going to think about that. We're just going to think about, yay, Hope and Thomas are exploring things and making love. We're not going to think about that creepy mannequin. All right. Also on Tuesday, Deacon Sharpe spends time reminiscing with psycho Sheila. They're taking a little walk down memory lane. And personally, I think this Deacon and Sheila scene is solely contrived so that they can shove in flashbacks. I mentioned this in another spoiler, I think in the weekly promo for Bold. You can check it on our playlist. But Y&R did almost like a fourth or a third of Friday's episode was flashbacks. I think we are going to see a lot more flashback scenes, a lot more preemptions for news and basically any excuse, and maybe some of those special tribute shows where they do a look back at characters of the past, because the writers are on strike and they are trying to cobble together scripts without their professional team of writers. An interesting side note is the head writers that are generally the showrunners, like with Brad Bell over at Bold, and then we got Josh Griffith over at Y&R. They're usually exempt from the strike, so they should still be there writing, but they don't have their writing staff. So the last time the writers went on strike for 100 days back in July 7th, they were tapping all kinds of non-writers that work on the staff. And so putting in all these flashbacks can help them fill time without having to write new material. So as Deacon spends time reminiscing with Sheila, look for lots of flashbacks and old footage, and look for more and more of that as time goes on while this strike persists. Wednesday, July 12th on Bold and the Beautiful is episode 201 of season 36. And this is kind of a weird spoiler. A broken relationship is in somebody's hands. What will they decide? So I don't know if they're talking about Liam or Hope making decisions. I think Hope, but Liam is still refusing to do anything but pursue a divorce unless Wyatt breaks through to him by midweek. But the other spoiler for Wednesday, which is very interesting, is that Hope has an awakening of sorts. So maybe Hope is finally seeing, I don't have to pigeonhole myself into this good girl box, me good, Thomas bad. She doesn't like that. And by this point, she's, I think, already in bed with Thomas and having a good time. So maybe her awakening is, I don't have to be trapped in this love triangle with Steffi and Liam. I don't have to worry about living in my mom's shadow of her bad decisions. I get to make my own decisions. And if they are bad, then so be it. Hope has always kind of held herself on this tether of self-control. And I think she's about to do like an eat, pray, love kind of thing where she just lets herself want what she wants and lets herself have what she wants. And she's going to see what life feels like when she is freer like that. Thursday, July 13th, 2023 is episode 202 of B&B for this season. Brooke Logan's mind is blown. Picture a nuclear bomb. Guess why? Brooke is going to find out that Hope is seeing Thomas. She was already appalled about the breakup and she wanted to blame it on Thomas, but Hope was like, no, this was me. And to her credit, when Brooke told Ridge about it, Brooke didn't try to twist it and make it, oh, Thomas probably tricked her into it. She actually acknowledged that Hope said, this is what I did. This was my choice. I initiated it. So I did appreciate that Brooke didn't twist it around when she, recapped it all for Ridge. But her mind is going to be blown when Hope's like, look, I'm with Thomas now. I can't wait to see the expression on Brooke Logan's face. It's going to be epic. Thomas seems to have genuinely changed. He has been very transparent with Brooke, very apologetic with Brooke. And when Brooke walks into a room where he's there with Hope, he doesn't try to get rid of her. He's like, stay, hang out. You should come to Italy. He's embracing his ex and probably future stepmother. Meanwhile, Brooke is still harboring a whole pot full of simmering hate for Thomas. And so I can't wait to see how that explodes on Thursday when she finds out that her daughter did the deed with Thomas. All right, before we dig into the last spoiler for Friday, July 14th, if you have not, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our B&B updates, and click a like if you're enjoying these spoilers. All right, so this is a really funny and interesting and vague and kind of bizarre spoiler for Friday, July 14th. It is history repeats itself. I will say this, history repeating itself is pretty much the playbook that the writers at Bold use. History constantly repeats itself. So this could be about Liam and Hope. It could be about Liam and Steffi. It could be about Steffi and Hope. It could be about Ridge and Brooke. It could be about Taylor and Brooke, Taylor and Ridge. I mean, gosh. Where to even start with this spoiler? It is so vague that it's just like saying nothing. They might as well just not have given a spoiler for Friday. History repeats itself. This could be about Hope and Liam's split being formalized because there's an undated spoiler for next week that Hope takes steps to dissolve her marriage. So maybe history repeating itself is an annulment. They seem to like annulments on B&B for whatever reason, maybe because they think they're just faster. You say, oh, it's annulled. The marriage never existed. I mean, I do think Hope could file an annulment saying fraud because Liam was never fully in their marriage because he has always had one foot basically on a back burner relationship with Steffi this whole time. And Hope has said that to him. She said it to Thomas. And I think it's true. So let's see how history repeats itself next week. But it looks like pretty soon Hope is going to be single as a Pringle, but pursuing a romance with Thomas. And they hit the sheets next week. What do you think about that?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.